Hi, happy Friday. I'm Jennifer from the Somerset County Family Community Health Science Department, and we are in my kitchen making one of my favorites, sweet potato fries. We're going to be making them in the air fryer. You could certainly take this recipe and put it in your oven at 400 degrees and bake it for about 20 minutes in an even baking sheet. But I love using the air fryer. It makes things super quick and just convenient. So I've already washed and peeled one sweet potato. Depending on the size of your air fryer, one sweet potato will hold, the air fryer will hold about one sweet potato because you don't want to overcrowd your pan. So I've peeled and washed it, and I've cut them up into about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. So you kind of want to make them as even as you can, so you can see the length there. All right, so you take a medium bowl and we're going to add your seasonings. If your family loves flavor, you can experiment with different flavors. This is a simple recipe just to give it a really nice punch. All right, so I'm gonna take 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. I think this will finish it up. Okay, 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. That gives it a nice little color. 1/8 of onion powder and 1/8 of black pepper. Now I tested out a few different recipes to kind of find just the perfect one, and I found that if you use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, it really helps to make everything stick together. So, and it makes it really crispy. So you can choose not to use cornstarch, but I like to add that in there. Okay, we're gonna add the fries. And then take about 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And you just wanna coat this. Just mix it until all the seasonings are all over the fries. Now, if your family doesn't like, if you're making this for your kids and they don't like things spicy, certainly just use salt and pepper. You know, sometimes plain and simple is the way to go. So you just want to get all that coating on there. Okay, perfect. Now take your air fryer and then just put them in a single layer. That's a really important step when you're using an air fryer, because if it's crowded, if the basket's crowded, the air is coming from the top and the bottom. And if they're on top of each other, it won't cook thoroughly. You don't want soggy fries, right? Okay. So you can preheat your air fryer. We're gonna cook it at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. About halfway through, you can open up your air fryer, shake it up, or just take your tongs and just shake it up so that it's really coated. Now, I love sweet potatoes. Regular potatoes are great, they're rich in potassium, but sweet potatoes has a ton of vitamin A. Almost 1 sweet potato is about 400% of your daily value. So it's rich in vitamin A, antioxidants, vitamin C. You get a lot of minerals in here. So packed with nutrition is the sweet potatoes. So this is the finished product. I found this basket. Might have been the dollar store or one of the party stores. Look how cute that is now that we're coming into summer and entertaining. Or even at home, you want to give everybody their own serving. Or you can just make these plain and then have like a menu of spices at your table, and your family can then add their own spice that they'd like onto the sweet potatoes. So you don't have to bake it with the spice. You can put them in individual baskets like this. But it's so crunchy. They're lightly brown, they're soft on the inside, wonderful. So your family will love this. Have fun, and don't forget you can put it in the oven if you do not have an air fryer. Check the comments below for the recipe. Have a wonderful weekend.